So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. I hope you guys are staying safe. I want to talk about AJ and Tyson Fury. We don't know what's going on with this fight. Is it signed? Is it deal? Eddie Hearn saying it's the announcement's imminent, but we're still waiting. It's frustrating for fans. But I want to talk about something Tony Bellew had to say. Tony Bellew said that AJ will knock out Tyson Fury in 6 rounds. He feels that's his prediction. He also made some comments about AJ being bigger than Mike Tyson, or not being bigger, but coming close to that level. I want to talk about that as well. But before that, let's talk a bit about what's going on with the fight. Now, Eddie Hearn is saying that the fight is imminent. A lot of some of the YouTube channels I see in America, they're saying that Deontay Wilder could be holding up this fight. I don't know how much truth it is to that, because it seems like all the parties involved with Joshua Fury, the people involved, seem like the fight's not far away from being announced. But it's just been a long, dragged out process, and they've been dragging the fans along, and we're just kind of frustrated, and we just want the fight to be announced and been given a date, a venue, so we know when the fight's happening, because right now it's just frustrating. We don't know what's going on as fight fans. I just want to see the fight, to be honest with you. I just want to see AJ v Tyson Fury be announced, and then we can get that. We know the fight's definitely going to happen. Some big fights have been announced, and some big fights are coming up soon, and ones that we're looking forward to. And there's no fight bigger than AJ Fury. I think AJ Fury financially is one of the biggest fights in boxing right now. So I think it's great that the fight's going to be made, hopefully, and we'll get one of the biggest British fights of all time. Not one of the biggest British fight of all time, and one of the biggest fights in boxing history. Especially when it comes to us Brits. We'll talk about this in years to come. I think it's a mega fight. I think it's two great fighters, of course, battling it out. And we want this fight to be done as soon as possible, just so then we kind of can relax and know the fight's happening. Because and listen, AJ started his camp according to Eddie Hearn for this fight, so that's good news. Tyson Fury looks in great shape. There's a picture going around of Fury, and everyone's talking about it, how Fury's looking in fantastic shape. And just a month ago, everyone was concerned about Fury because he took off his t-shirt, which a lot of people are now saying it's photoshopped, and he was never in that shape, or that video was old. Apparently he took off his t-shirt, and he obviously looked in terrible shape, and he went swimming in the sea, I believe. But a lot of people are saying that wasn't Tyson Fury that was Tyson Fury a long time ago. That wasn't Tyson Fury recently. Because Tyson Fury recently put up a picture, and he looked in fantastic condition. He looked slim, he looked trim, he looked great. And everyone's like, how come in 4 weeks you've drastically changed your physique? Because I think that must have been an old video that he put up. Maybe some kind of mind games, just to show that he's out of shape. Then he said he's having 12 lagers a day, or he's drinking 12 pints of beer a day, which obviously, again, is nonsense. He's definitely not doing that. But let's talk about what Tony Bellew said about Anthony Joshua knocking out Tyson Fury. Listen, everybody knows that I'm picking Tyson Fury to win this fight. However, Tony Bellew had a great career. He has good insight on boxing. A lot of people dislike him. They think he's very biased. I do think when he talks about AJ, he's very biased. And let's talk about the first thing he said about, AJ being a mega superstar and a global superstar and reaching Mike Tyson's level. I respectfully disagree with Tony Bellew. I don't think there's anyone that's close to Mike Tyson. I do think that Anthony Joshua is a big star, and I do think Anthony Joshua has grown a huge profile, especially on social media. But in terms of globally recognized, Mike Tyson is the second most famous boxer after Muhammad Ali. And Mike Tyson's fame his fame is not just in one country, where AJ's majority of his fame is in one country. That's the UK, right? Mike Tyson is a global superstar all over the world. People recognize the name Mike Tyson, right? When you go to India or Pakistan, right? Mike Tyson is a superstar in those countries. Like, I'm talking, he could go to India and there'll be traffic jams and there'll be people queuing up in their thousands to see him. Nobody knows Anthony Joshua in those countries. Very few and far between people know who that Anthony Joshua is. Anthony Joshua is a star in the UK, yes. Even in America, do you think Anthony Joshua is some kind of big star? No. He's not a huge star. In America, nobody really knows him. He's not a household name in America. Fury's bigger name in America than Anthony Joshua. And even Fury's not that big in America. Do you think Anthony Joshua is on the level of a Tom Brady or a LeBron James or in America? I know they're obviously American stars, but what I'm saying is, if you're a global superstar like Mike Tyson is as big in this country as Anthony Joshua, if not bigger. If you go around all over England, every city asking who Mike Tyson is, do you think there'll be people that don't know who that is? Mike Tyson is as big as Anthony Joshua in this country, let alone America. In his own country, in Anthony Joshua's own country, Mike Tyson's just as big. He's just as big. Forget about all over the countries, all over the world. I'm talking about this country. Mike Tyson's just as big as AJ, if not bigger, in this country. You could go anywhere in the UK. And Mike Tyson's not even from here. You go anywhere in this country, right? Taking Mike Tyson's name, there'll be no one that don't know who he is. And in America, it's not even close. And in Asia, it's not even close. Mike Tyson's a way bigger star. Just put it this way, right? Mike Tyson fought in an era where there was no social media. Anthony Joshua's got the advantage of a marketing machine, social media pushing him forward. Mike Tyson still has more followers than Anthony Joshua on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I think that should tell you how big a star Mike Tyson is. That he fought in an era where there was no social media, yet today he still has more following on social media than AJ. And yet AJ is a current active fighter. This is not me hating on AJ. I know a lot of you, his fanboys, are going to come in your head. No, AJ is not close to Mike Tyson. He's not in terms of fame and known around the world. Like I said to you, I'll say it again. India, Pakistan, not into boxing. Mike Tyson is a superstar in those countries. If Mike Tyson was to go to Pakistan, like I said, be traffic jam, people queuing in their thousands. Same with India. If Anthony Joshua goes, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You know, what I'm saying to you is that, you know, fair enough, AJ's big in this country. He's filling out stadiums, but he's doing it in this country. He's doing it in this country. Yeah, Tony Bellew talks about him going to Saudi Arabia. But do you think if Mike Tyson went to Saudi Arabia, there wouldn't be a big event? Or Mike Tyson couldn't draw? Like, Mike Tyson fought here in the UK, and he could... If Mike Tyson today, at 50 years of age, fought here, right, against Evander Holyfield in a trilogy, you honestly think he couldn't do 50,000 or 60,000 in the UK, let alone him in America? I'm talking in the UK. You know how many people would want to see Mike Tyson fight in the UK? You know how big a star Mike Tyson is in this country? I don't think Mike Tyson's allowed in this country. But yeah, I just found those comments a bit crazy. Like, Bellew's, you know, trying to push Anthony Joshua and make him, yeah, he's a big star. Don't get me wrong. Joshua is a big star in current boxing today. But in terms of Mike Tyson, when you start comparing him to someone of that scale, I just can't agree. Mike Tyson is a way, way bigger star than Anthony Joshua. Way bigger star. He's known globally. Joshua's not known globally. He's more a UK star. It doesn't matter if you're fighting in Saudi Arabia. Yeah, they'll have a fight. They'll host a fight because they're all about, you know, the glamour and the big fight. You know, they want that. The Saudi want to have these big fights in their country. That doesn't mean Anthony Joshua's big in Saudi or Anthony Joshua's big in Asia. Like I said to you, no, like, I've got cousins in Pakistan. They don't know who Anthony Joshua is. They don't know. Anthony Joshua is not a big star in Pakistan or India. He's not. It's just a fact. You know, so, and Mike Tyson is. And Mike Tyson, not just there. Mike Tyson's big in France, Denmark, Switzerland, everywhere. Globally. He's one of the most globally recognized figures on the planet. He's one of the most globally, like I said, man, he's not even from the UK. If he was to come to the UK, when he came to the UK, can you remember the scenes that there were in the UK? Moving away from that anyway, I think you guys got my point. But in terms of what Tony Bellew saying that, you know, AJ's got very good punch variety and he knocks Tyson Fury out within 6 rounds. Or he has to, otherwise, you know, Fury will probably beat him if it goes past 6. I do agree with Tony Bellew that, you know, Anthony Joshua has better punch variety than Wilder, and Wilder's not got the best boxing skill. I agree with all of that. But Anthony Joshua, from a mental standpoint, isn't in the same mind frame that he was prior to the Ruiz fight. Anthony Joshua, for me, is doubting himself. Anthony Joshua is not the same Anthony Joshua. Now, I've said this. Can Anthony Joshua beat Tyson Fury? 100%. But he'll have to stick it on him. He'll have to stick it on him. He'll have to make it uncomfortable. And Tony Bellew also said that if Anthony Joshua hurts Tyson Fury, you know, he'll finish Tyson Fury off. Maybe so. Maybe so. That might be the case. That might be the case. But Fury recovers very fast. He recovers very fast. Something that AJ doesn't do. He doesn't recover very fast. He gets hit and he takes him a couple of rounds to recover. And for me, personally, I think Tyson Fury is going to know that. Tyson Fury isn't going to look to go and trade with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua needs to make this a rough and tough fight for Fury early. He needs to stick it on him, make him uncomfortable. For Anthony Joshua to win, he has to get that killer mindset that he once had and stick it on. The difference is with Klitschko and Joshua, I said this before, that Joshua's not going to just stand and admire Fury's work. Joshua's going to go in for him. It's whether Joshua's going to be able to land enough clean to be able to hurt Fury, make him uncomfortable, because Fury recovers very quickly. Fury's very intelligent. Fury's got very good boxing IQ. And the problem is with Joshua now is a lot more circumspect, because Joshua knows by him going gung-ho, which he may have to against Tyson Fury, Joshua's worried he may gas. Joshua's worried he may get clipped with something and get hurt. You see, Joshua's not of the same mind frame he was post-Ruiz. See, prior to the Ruiz fight, Joshua, like I said, had that killer instinct. He didn't care. He didn't care what was coming. Tony Bellew said that Joshua's not going to care what's coming back from Fury. He will. Because he's not the same fighter. He's afraid to get hit and hurt. You can clearly see his body language isn't the same. He's afraid to get hit. And that's the problem. If Joshua can fight the way he did prior to the Ruiz fight, then yes, he's got a great chance. He can put Fury in that uncomfortable position. I just don't think Joshua is mentally the same fighter after being knocked out to Ruiz. And I think Tyson Fury's mentally grown after that Wilder win, right? He is now grown to another level. And Fury always, for me, was the more intelligent of the two in terms of boxing IQ. And now I feel like I agree with Teddy Atlas that Fury's also on another level from a mental standpoint. He's on another level right now. I just don't see AJ being able to stop Fury in the first 6, or being able to stop Fury. Listen, it's heavyweight boxing. If you get caught with a punch, anything's possible. I just think that Tyson Fury's going to box smart first 6 rounds. He's going to look to tire AJ, and then he's going to start applying pressure on Anthony Joshua. And all this stuff about AJ's not going to be scared, not going to be worried about what's coming back from Tyson Fury, that's a load of rubbish. Because trust me, Tyson Fury can hurt Anthony Joshua. If Ruiz can, then so can Tyson Fury. If Dillian White can, then so can Tyson Fury, right? So don't get it twisted that he can't hurt, Anthony Joshua, because trust me, he can. It's heavyweight boxing. Fury's a big, big man. If he lands a right hand on AJ's going to feel it, especially if he's landing consistently, right? AJ's going to feel it. The other thing is, I think AJ is a better combination puncher. So that's an advantage that AJ has, because AJ is a very good combination puncher. He's very fast with his combinations. And the only problem is Tyson Fury, is he going to be able to land those punches? It's very difficult because Fury's going to be on his game. He's going to be looking to move and make it difficult, make it hard for AJ to land. AJ has got very fast combinations. If AJ is able to land those fast combinations, Fury's in trouble. Fury's in big trouble. This is why this fight's intriguing. This is why I think this fight is 60-40 or 60-40 fight for me in Fury's favor. But it's one that AJ, if he gets his tactics right, if he gets his game plan right, he could pull off the upset. But he needs to be able to get his tactics right. He needs to be in great condition, not tiring or fatiguing like he has in the past. Because if he fatigues, Fury's going to sense that and Fury's going to jump on him and finish him off. So Joshua's going to have to show great stamina. He's going to have to show great boxing IQ. They're going to have a great game plan in order to be able to beat Tyson Fury. Because right now, it's going to take something really special to beat Tyson Fury. Because Fury right now feels he's invincible. He's in a different place mentally to AJ. Because AJ's been beat. Fury doesn't feel he can be beat. Even when Fury's down, he feels he can come back and resurrect himself. Fury's in a different place mentally right now. And AJ's going to have to disrupt that. AJ's going to have to make him doubt himself. AJ's going to have to go in there and put it on Tyson Fury. Make it uncomfortable from round one. Does AJ have the fitness, the stamina, the chin, the ability to recover fast if he gets hit and hurt? We'll have to wait and see. Is AJ going to be troubled by Tyson Fury's power? We're going to have to wait and see. Is Tyson Fury, if he's hurt, going to be able to recover against someone as skilled as AJ? Because Tyson Fury's been hurt in the past. But has he been hurt by somebody as powerful and as good a boxer as Anthony Joshua? Yeah, he's been hurt by Wilder, who I believe is a bigger puncher than AJ. But Wilder doesn't have great boxing skills. Wilder is wild when he's trying to finish you off. And Fury was just too cute for that. Is AJ going to be able to, if he gets Fury hurt, be able to close the show? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I doubt it because I think Fury just moves so well. And even when he's hurt, he's defensively very sound. You know, which is incredible because normally when you're hurt, you've lost your senses. You're concussed. You don't know where you are. But Fury seems, even when he's hurt badly, and he's able to avoid punches and make it uncomfortable and awkward for you. So there's a lot of questions to be answered. By no means this is a foregone conclusion and Fury wins. No, AJ has a chance of winning this fight. But Fury is the favorite. And I don't think Joshua's going to knock Fury out in 6 rounds. I just don't see it. But at the end of the day, we all have our opinions. I'm not necessarily going to be right. I've been wrong before and I could be wrong again. But I'm picking Fury by late stoppage in this one. So I don't agree that AJ knocks Fury out within the first 6. I just don't see it. Leave your thoughts, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.